now going to give you a very raw video, and it's about me. And you know what? You can hate or love me, I don't care anymore. Because I had the time when I was really in inner conflict about myself, about the person. Because if we see this, are, this is our timeline, and every single timeline, and it's also building on people around us. So it's building on the people that is influence our thoughts, right? Our registrationals. So everything that's going on, every thought that we possess, we're going to create some kind of person to fit in the situation, right? But when we understand that everything that happens in our life, everything that is presented, it is plainly meant for us to break free and to reach the fullest potential, all purpose of life. So if you look back 10 years from now and you can remember what you did for work and what you thought was right, like how you was valuing things and how you lived or whatever, you can see that maybe by these 10 years from back then, you completely changed, right? And you created a new person in the small steps of the energy that you was aligned in. So I had a very rough time in my life, but I'm very grateful because everything brought me to today with purpose of life. But I can also say that when we are starting to react strongly about things and we react uh, of other people's opinions of us, is simply just reflect that you have an inner conflict. If you're not true to yourself, you will not love yourself unconditionally, and you will be affected of people's opinions, and you will get and you will get like you trouble like coping with all the things that's going on. And you will also aim your focus in the wrong direction because when you're starting to react intensely on things that is presented or people's opinions of you, that is just going to keep the focus in the wrong direction instead of keeping the focus and do the soul work. The inner conflict must be solved. You must love you to be loved. You must accept you, and you must move past. You must move from the past, even though many things that you did was not according to your purpose of life. But guess what? It was meant to happen. Everything was meant to happen. So I did not live by my purpose of life for yeah, many years of my life. So I did a lot of crazy shit and I did a lot of mistakes and I ended up in the same situations all over and over again. Why? We are getting in the situations over and over and over again until we learn the lesson. Because when we learn the lesson, we will move past it. It no longer will be your focus and we will be something else. So this, I worked for a stripper for many years and it took me a long time to really, come past, get past this inner conflict of mine. Because when I lived and worked as a stripper, I worked as a stripper. I created this person, a role that I was aligned with, and this was a role I got for myself to really expand in this kind of business. But it was not my purpose of life, so I was still here neglecting my spirit, my purpose of life. And I was this to cope with all the things around this area, which made me go way more further off from my purpose of life. And the inner conflict was here. Because if we look at myself, I have traditional values. I values love. I really think that children is the purpose of life. And when we're not living by our purpose of life, we do mistakes and we will have an inner conflict. So I will show you this. I have a lot of tattoos and they are completely full. And this is motives because this was the way I saw life before. And when I stopped working as a stripper, I still was having problems with people reacting or giving me, expressions or opinions of how I look, why. And just to say that I had like huge eyelashes, long nails, and the breast is big because I had cancer. Doesn't matter, but that's mainly why I even did the first surgery. But why did it affect me so much? Because if we're living accordingly to ourselves, we love ourselves, we're true to ourselves, we live by our purpose of life, why should anyone's reaction towards you, opinions of you matter? Because it simply does not. When we are true to ourselves, it does not matter anymore. It's like, because in every situation, people are going to think or say, or it's going to be presented things. People like you or do not like you. But the truth is that many people who has opinions of others, they don't know the other person. They are simply just reflecting back what they see. But they only see this trailer of you. They haven't seen the whole movie. So it doesn't matter. The only opinion that matters is your own. So when I stopped working as a stripper, I removed my nails, I removed the eyelashes. I could, and I did my soul work, and I really wanted to get to the bottom of why I was, you know, even why do I even bother? Because if we're going to bother about people's opinions, we are going to stay in some kind of box for the rest of our life, being afraid. Or just because I made very drastic decisions in my life and I paid almost, I don't know, 300,000 on tattoos. Does this mean that I'm going to cover this up now because this is not my life anymore? No, absolutely not. I do not regret a thing. And I'm, I couldn't care less. People can think exactly what they want. It's not affected. I do not get affected of that. We be true to yourself, be in love with yourself, and stop aiming your focus on things that is not beneficial for you. If you love yourself, people will love you. If they do not, well, maybe there's no need for you to even get involved. If they cannot accept you as you are, there is simply no exchange of energy that you want, right? So be the authentic you. Comment if your thoughts about this video, subscribe and like for more.